There's something for everyone to enjoy. From luxurious accommodations and exquisite dining at La Brisa to live entertainment and handcrafted cocktails at Temp Lounge, we thank you for choosing us as the premier casino, resort, brunch, and date night spot in Miami. Reimagined, redesigned. Rediscover Mikasuki Casino and Resort online at mikasuki.com.
At Loan Depot, we're big on home. Home games, home teams, home field advantage, and you better believe it, home runs. For us, home means everything, which is why we're offering more options that make buying your first home easier and more affordable. No matter where you are on your home ownership journey, round the corner to loandepot.com and let us help get you home. That's loandepot.com. We're on deck ready to hit it out of the home ownership park for you. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLC ID number 174475.
ADT is the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins. ADT knows every second counts, especially in baseball. 1 second you're down, the next you're on top again. 1 second the bases are loaded, the next everyone's home safe. And when it comes to your home, 1 second you feel safe, and the next something goes wrong. But with ADT's 24/7 professional monitoring, you still do. When every second counts, count on ADT. Visit ADT.com/Marlins or call 800-750-0647 today. For license information, visit ADT.com.
Miami Marlins fans, we celebrate every victory together. But when life throws you a curveball, whether you're injured at work, hurt in an accident, or facing a disability, you need a team that knows how to win. At Werner Hoffman, Gregg & Garcia, we fight for you in personal injury, workers' compensation, and disability cases. With decades of experience, we make sure you get the benefits and compensation you deserve. Let us step up to the plate for you. Werner Hoffman, Gregg & Garcia, where Miami's injured find their strength. Call us now or visit wernerhoffman.com. Let's win this together.
Thanks for listening to Miami Marlins Baseball. Marlins Baseball is brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins, and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. With the 10th Inning Show, here's the voice of the Marlins, Jack McMullen.
Well, the Marlins fall to the Washington Nationals 7-5 on Tuesday night. It was not because of a lack of effort in the back third of the contest for the Marlins. They plated 4 in the back 2 innings of this one, 1 in the 8th. They were threatening. They stranded the bases loaded in the 8th, and then 3 in the bottom of the 9th. Jack McMullen, Rod Allen guiding you through the 10th inning show here. This was an interesting game. The storyline really pivoted in the 9th inning, it seemed, where the Marlins, they got the tying run on base, the go-ahead run to the plate in Agustin Ramirez, a guy that has 19 homers this year. I want to start with the back 2 innings of this game. What did you see from the Marlins bats to really kind of get them going? Unfortunately, it was too little too late.
Well, I mean, one of the things that we've known about this Marlins team all year long, they've had comeback ability. 7th, 8th, 9th innings have been some of their best innings all season long. And on top of that, they did it against one of the hottest bullpens in all of baseball. And so I'm sure Clayton McCullough will talk about the fact that his team did not give up again here this evening, just like last night. They had some quality at-bats late, and that's a telltale sign of a good organization, guys that just will not quit despite what the score is. But the story was Parker, the starter for the Nationals. He pitched a very good game, much better than we thought that he would pitch. And we did not get that kind of start out of Major. But this Nationals team right now, Jack, I mean, they're just on fire right now. They're playing good baseball, and it's tough to beat them.
We saw a Bell homer. We saw a Lyle homer. These guys are really swinging it right now, to your point, Rod. And Mitchell Parker was the story today because coming into it, we were saying, oh, this is the guy to jump on, right? He's got an ERA near 6. He had the most losses in Major League Baseball at 15, but he gets win number 8. And we talked about it. I mean, he rode the fastball to success today. He got into the 8th inning at, 75 pitches? He was clinical today. How did he do it?
Well, usually a guy that has 66% thrown fastballs, it's an overpowering fastball, one that he throws by and gets a lot of swing and miss, but he does not have an overpowering fastball, but he strategically throws it at the top of the zone and didn't even really need that big curveball today that he likes to throw against most right-handers because the fastball was so effective. Give him some credit. He's had a very difficult year, 15 losses, and he's looking for a good taste in his mouth to go home in the offseason. Unfortunately for our guys, we just could not get it done. And one other guy we just cannot stop is Josh Bell.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's driven in 13 runs in the last 3 days. I mean, that's a month for some guys.
I know. And another 3-run shot today. That's 3 homers across the front 2 games in this one for Bell. So you're hoping the former Marlin does not clip the Marlins. It'll back 2 of this series. Right, Alan?
All right,
Appreciate
boss.
you. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Highlights when we come back on the 10th Inning Show and on the Marlins Radio Network. Righty hitting catcher. He turns on a ball, sends it out to center field and deep. Bader is back at the track, at the wall, and it's gone. Brian Navarreto. It's his first Major League homer and his first Major League RBI. It starts to cut into it, but welcome back to the show. This guy had 5 plate appearances in the big leagues. They all came in the COVID season in 2020, and he reintroduces himself in style. 1. Wagaman drills out to left and deep. Marsh is back. That will slam off the wall. Augustine comes in to score. Hernandez wheels around. He goes first to attack. Has an RBI double to get the Marlins on the board. It's 4-1 in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch to Sanoja. That one smothered into the ground. And the shortstop Sosa charges. He fires on the run. It kicks off the facing of the dugout. And a run will come in to score. That one bounced right in front of the plate and directly over the top of the pitcher's mound. And that infield single plates Hernandez from third base. It's an RBI knock for Javi. It's 4-2 Phillies in the bottom of the 4th. Marcy's 10th stolen base in 12 attempts. Augustine's 12th in 15 attempts. And Otto drills a ball out to left and deep. That thing is gone. Onto the concourse. Otto Lopez drills a baseball, and it's a 3-run shot. Number 13 on the year for Lopez, and they open scoring quickly. 3-0 Fish, bottom 1. Payoff pitch. Otto hits well, out to left center field again. Marsh is back. He's looking up, and it's gone. Insurance from Otto, and it is his afternoon. A multi-homer day.
The 10th Inning Show on the Marlins Radio Network.
The show is rolling on here. The Marlins fall to the visiting Washington Nationals 7-5 on Tuesday night, game 2 of a 4-game set. The Marlins did plate a run in the 8th and 3 in the bottom of the 9th. Ultimately, the go-ahead run and the winning run was at the plate in Augustine Ramirez when he bounced out to short to end the contest. But let's play the highlights from this one. Scoring got going, 3 hitters in. Leadoff double from C.J. Abrams down the right field line. James Wood, he singled out to right, and Josh Bell wed liftoff. 2-1, that one hammered out to right and deep. This guy is on a heater right now.
Josh Bell, stop it.
Into the second deck, a 3-run blast for the former Marlin, and he opens scoring 3 hitters in. It's 3-0 Washington.
Are you kidding me, Josh Bell?
Are you kidding me is right. This guy has 3 homers over his last 2 games at Lone Depot Park, and they're all flirting with the second deck in right. 2 of them have gotten there. Other one went to left center, but probably had that identical distance. But the Marlins got on the board via the long ball. Joey Wiemer clipped Parker just like he did last week. 2-2. That one hammered out to left. Wiemer got Parker again. Beyond the Marlins bullpen, out to straightaway left field, Joey Wiemer. That's his second homer as a Marlin, and the Fish on the board. It's 3-1 at the bottom of the second, and Steve's guarantee cashes again.
How about that?
Steve's guarantee hit. He had Otto Lopez to homer on Sunday against the Philadelphia Phillies. Otto hit 2 homers, his guarantee today. Joey Wiemer, extra base hit. It's a little bit more than an extra base hit. You love it, and Steve is on a heater as we get to the back of the contest. But back of the season. But Washington would tack on a couple more in the top of the 4th. There was a leadoff reach on an error from Jorge Alfaro, and then Brady House walked. A walk to Dylan Cruz loaded the bases, and Jacob Young had a productive out. 0-2. That one lifted out to deep center field. Marcy drifting back edge of the warning track. He makes the catch. That is deep enough to plate Alfaro from third. Other 2 stay put. Put a sacrifice fly out number 1 in the top of the 4th. It makes it 4-1 Nats. And then after that, James Wood, a productive out in his own right. 0-2 to Wood. Was a roller to the backhand of Otto. It's short. They go to second. They get the surefire out there, but they cannot double Wood up. 6-4 on the fielder's choice RBI for Wood. It's 5-1 Nats. Long ball excellence continued for Washington at the top of the fifth. The guy that has been as hot as anybody in baseball over the last 2 weeks, Dalen Lyle, went liftoff in the fifth. Field shifting Lyle to pull. He singled his last time up. And Lyle cracks a ball out to right and deep. That thing is second deck bound and gone again.
Dude is special.
He has been excellent over the last week and a half, and that's a solo blast. It's 6-1 Washington.
My goodness.
Productive out. It wasn't a homer, but Josh Bell expanded the Washington lead in the sixth.
Wasn't happy being the designated hitter every day.
And the 1-1 smashed out to right. Long run for Weimer. He makes the grab on a dead sprint on the track in right field. That does bring Abrams in from third on a sacrifice fly, but that had double written all over it. Nice play by Weimer. Sac fly makes it 7-1 Washington in the top of the sixth. That's where Washington's scoring halted. We want to fast forward to the bottom of the eighth inning. The bases were loaded when Mitchell Parker left the contest. He walked two and allowed an Acosta single. Facing the new pitcher, P.J. Pullen, Augustine Ramirez shot one the other way. Philly might have that on lock before the final week. That one a line shot into right field. That's in for a base hit. At least one will come in to score. They hold Acosta at third. It's a hot shot RBI single from Augustine, and everybody up 90 feet. Marlins played another run. It's 7-2 Washington in the bottom of the eighth. And then the hottest bat in baseball, really, since he debuted, Jacob Marcy, who was 1 for 3 coming into this plate appearance, hit with the bases loaded. It looked like he drew ball 4 to extend the inning and played another run. Brian O'Nora had other ideas. Payoff pitch. That one a called third strike. That was 91 upstairs. It missed high. It should have been ball 4, but Brian O'Nora rung up Marcy to strand the bases loaded.
I like the fact that Marcy had something to say, but Clayton got out there quickly to protect him and to make sure that Brian O'Nora, the veteran umpire, didn't chase the rookie back to the bench. But Marcy's got a good handle on the strike zone, and that was a ball. That was ball 4.
Unfortunately, they ring up Marcy, and the inning is over. We go to the ninth. The Marlins stranded the bases loaded there, and that was the first premier threat really shut down by Washington. But we go to the bottom of the ninth. 2 guys reach quickly, and then Victor Mesa Jr. delivered in a pinch hit plate appearance. Hoping Valente's all right. 0-1. Mesa hits well down the left field line. Wood is trotting towards the corner. James Wood will not get there. That is a fair ball down the left field line. 2 runs are going to come in and score, and that was a high arcing 2-run double. And Victor Mesa Jr. makes this a 3-run contest. It's 7-4 in the bottom of the ninth. Nice job by Victor Mesa and then Xavier Edwards. There was a little bit of a miscue between the pitcher Jose Ferrer and the first baseman Josh Bell. X reached to play another run and make this thing really interesting.
Good count for Xavier.
Next pitch, X with a bouncing ball over to first. Bell has got it. He's trying to sprint to the first base bag, and he doesn't get there in time. Ferrer didn't get over there. X legs it out, and he's got an RBI. Mesa came in to score from third. Sanoja to third base. It's 7-5 in the bottom of the ninth, and the tying run is standing at first base in Xavier Edwards. Josh Bell. Augustine Ramirez with 19 home runs and 61 RBIs came to the plate. Homer number 20 would have won the game. He was the possible winning run, but unfortunately, Augustine bounced out, and that was all she wrote. 2-1. Augustine with a ground ball over to short. Abrams has got that. He gears up for a throw to first. It's on target, and that ends the ball game. Jose Ferrer does get his ground out. The Marlins had the tying run on base, but they ultimately fall. It was a heck of an effort late in the contest. Marlins played at a run in the 8th and 3 in the bottom of the 9th, but they do drop game 2 of a 4-game set to the Nationals, 7-5, the final score. That's how this one sounded. When we come back, you'll hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough. 10th inning show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network.
30, and that's second in the National League.
0-1. X gets a bunt down third base side. Beatty picks it up on the bare hand. He fires to second, and it's down the right field line. It kicked off the jutted out wall. Sanoja comes in to score, and a throwing error from Beatty plates another.
X bunts his way aboard. We'll see how they want to score it, but Xavier Edwards on the misfire from Beatty at the hot corner is standing at second, and he swaps places with Javi. It's 5-0 in the top of the fifth.
For 11 on the road trip with a couple of RBIs and 2 doubles. 2-2 pitch. Hits it in the air to right center on the line. Going over the, can't get it. Cruz can't get it. 1 run will score. Here's Lopez rounding third. He comes in, and Connor Norby with a 2-run single to right center. The Marlins are back in it. It's 3-2 Washington.
Novella of you. 1-0 pitch. Weimer swings. He drives the ball high in the air, out to left and deep. That thing is gone. First Marlins homer for Joey Weimer, and it was a no-doubt shot. 108 off the bat. 403 feet just to the left of the Marlins bullpen, and the 2-run blast gets the fish on the board. It's 7-2 Washington in the top of the fifth. And the 0-2 to Burt. That one flared into shallow left field. That gets in for a base hit. They're going to send Augustine. He's trying to score. The throw is up the third base line, and 2 runs come in on the RBI knock from Heriberto Hernandez. On ball, he is as good as anybody in the game at that. 0-1. Sanoja bounces one that is a fair ball down the third base line. Mesa around second, headed to third. Marsh into the corner to try and fish it out. They're sending Mesa home. Relay throw coming home plenty late. And a head first dive plates Mesa from first base.
Talk to their tremendous staff at 877-24-TEST-NOW. That's 877-24-TEST-NOW.
All right, the Marlins fall 7-5 to the Washington Nationals. They've dropped the front 2 of this 4-game sit in Miami against the Nats. And let's hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough, following this one.
It's 7-1 there in the 8th, 7-2 going into the 9th. Your team gets all the way back to that place where you have the go-ahead run up to bat. We've talked a lot about the late inning approach for this team, but what do you think of these guys continuing to fight this way tonight?
Yeah, we're very happy that we kept going and able to bring the go-ahead, winning run to the plate there in the 9th. We saw some really good at bats, and credit to X for getting out of the box and busting it down there and keeping the game going. So, love to see our guys continue to fight that way and put us in a spot where even though how things were getting to that point that we were one swing away from walking it off.
In terms of offensive output until the 8th, there wasn't a lot to show for it, but I think it's like 5 of the first 7 batters in the ball 100 miles an hour off the bat. What do you think of the offensive approach overall tonight?
Yeah, I think you did. So that's the unfortunate part. Sometimes you can do a lot of things, right as a hitter and do everything squared up, and there's a defender standing there. So I think we did. We hit a lot of balls hard early on with not a whole lot to show for it, and you trust in that you do that with regularity, that it'll turn your way and you start to get some balls to fall. So yeah, for not to push a lot of really much across against Parker, I do think we had some balls hit well, and that's the way it goes. And I'm proud of how we were able to finish up.
Going back to your starter, Adam Major, how do you feel about his performance?
I think about the first inning. Nice swing by Abrams. Stayed inside one and kept it fair on not a bad pitch, and then. 2 hitters in, you're in a tough spot there, and looks like maybe one mislocated pitch to Josh for the home run, and I think after that, Mays was okay, probably just not maybe as efficient, able to finish some at bats like I'm sure he would have liked, and so hoping to push him through it and get through the 5th there, but his pitch count just got to a spot there, some traffic to make the move. So I thought Adam was okay, and I think just filling it up a little bit more frequently, and he just really had the one spurt there where a couple of walks there kind of back to back he lost. But I think for the most part Adam did a fair job.
Just Bayozo, I think it was right twice the time. That's what happened there.
I think he came in after the second inning, it was a little tight, but he went back out and the warm-up pitches didn't feel right, for him, and smart on his part, not wanting to continue there, and when don't really have a whole lot other than just felt some tightness there, and certainly weren't going to let him keep going.
So what does that say about your team? In that 8th and 9th inning to just put up the at-bats that they did, especially early on.
Yeah, you love to be in a situation where you're playing downhill, but that not the case, and for how last night. How that went, and to come back tonight and be down, but to hang in there and put together really nice at bats late. I mean, I think the 8th inning to load him up, and Marcy had a good at bat going, and to come right back again in the 9th inning and do the same thing and get some guys on base, get some runs in there, and for us to again put ourselves in a position to have a chance to still find a way to at least tie it or walk it off. And so credit to them, they're going to keep fighting as they have. So very proud of that.
And with Belloso, is that just something you just let him rest overnight and see what happens tomorrow? Or
I mean, we don't have any information right now. I think we'll have to certainly see how he feels tomorrow and get checked out before we know what the next course of action is.
What made Parker so tough?
I think Parker, he likes his fastball and can, run it up there towards the top. And I think tonight he did a good job getting some breaking balls down below the zone as well, and a split finger move in the other way. So, he can challenge you towards the top of the zone and then, play down below. So, look, anytime a guy gets into the 8th inning like that, even if you hit some balls hard, it's you tip your cap, you did a nice job. And, so good outing from him.
And then Weaver with the homer, what has he shown you guys throughout this? I guess that he's been here.
Yeah, I think the one thing that really stands out with Joey is how well he's played defensively, and something he's made some really terrific plays. He brings some edge and some energy to our club, and offensively, as he's gotten here some regular playing time, I think we've seen him put together really good at bats and has put a charge in a few balls. So, Joey's always ready, and nice to see that he's gotten into a little bit of rhythm here now as he's gotten some more regular opportunity.
do you feel he's taking taking advantage of this opportunity of, like you said, the more playing time and just playing solid, it seems, every night?
Yeah, he has. He's played well, and he's doing some things on both sides of the ball each night when he's getting an opportunity there to help us win. So, Joey's he comes in every day ready to go and, prepares himself the right way. He's a real pro, and he's getting rewarded for that.
How nice was it for Josh to not have to think about coming in and just come in and work a clean ninth there for him coming off of, one of those outings yesterday?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's, certainly it's a strange, set of circumstances for, to coming right in there and get called upon. And just happy that Josh went out and to see him fill up the zone with the way he did tonight. I think, again, very encouraging to see how good he, certainly can be when he's able to, throw as many strikes as he did this evening.
Thanks, Clayton.
All right, that was Clayton McCullough after this one. Good note on Valente Belloso, better safe than sorry. It sounds like Valente might have felt something, and he just wanted to shut it down. Good move from Valente Belloso, hoping that it's all okay over the next couple of days, but surely we will get a bit more information. We will step aside. Steve-O's got some takes. 10th inning show concludes next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Hey, it's the good hour. Runners at the corners, 8-8 game. Line drive right field. Soto going back. He makes the catch on the backhand, but Ramirez will tag up, and he will score. The Marlins lead 9-8 on the sac fly. JT Realmuto now, and maybe Benito.
1-1. That would lift it out to left center field. That's going to get down and plate one. That might plate two. It's rolling all the way to the wall. Hicks getting the runaround from third. He will score. He beats the throw. He scores from first base, and Connor Norby gives the Fish some big-time insurance. Marcy at third, Ramirez at first. And Augustine shuffling the 2-0 pitch. That one lifted out to center field. Mullins on the move, ranging back. Cedric Mullins makes the catch. That is plenty deep enough for Jacob Marcy to score from third base. And that's a productive out number 2 at this top of the first inning. A sacrifice fly from Otto Lopez. It opened scoring for the Fish. 1-0 in the top of the first.
Hitting catcher here for the Marlins. Senga, long look at the belt. And the runner and comes home. And it's ripped to left field and deep, and it's going to get over the head. In fact, it's going to get over the wall for a home run. A line drive by Augustine Ramirez. So we wish you the best. 3-0 pitch, ground ball, base hit, right side. A little late start for Hicks. He does get the green light. He'll score easily. And the Marlins have 4 on the board. Hernandez a big turn, but he'll go back to first. It's an RBI for Heriberto, and the boos are coming down here on Kodai Senga and the New York Mets. 4-0 Miami 30, and that's second in the National League.
0-1. X gets a bunt down third base side. Beatty picks it up on the bare hand. He fires to second, and it's down the right field line. It kicked off the jutted out wall. Sinoha comes in to score, and a throwing error from Beatty plates another. X bunts his way aboard. We'll see how they want to score it, but
10th inning show wrapping up now on the Marlins Radio Network. Marlins fall 7-5 to the Washington Nationals despite a run in the 8th and 3 in the 9th. They had the go-ahead run, the winning run at the plate in Augustine Ramirez, but the Fish ultimately fall short in this one. Steve-O,
yeah,
what you got?
All right, so I want to do the game real quick, and I'll wrap it like this. There's been too many times this last week, Jack, that the Marlins have gotten going way too late in games where we've now the lead post-game question is, well, Clayton, you got to love your team's fight, down 7-1, down 6-2, down 5-0. Look, the Marlins are a much better team than what they have shown the last couple of weeks, but the starts they just have to get off to better starts. The game that they won against Philadelphia, they got the 3-run home run from Otto Lopez to give them some cushion. Miami has to, there is 17 games left. They've got to figure out a way, and I know they have been decimated. We just talked to Kyle Stowers, by the way. We'll hear Kyle Stowers on Marlins on Deck tomorrow. Very emotional. It was tough for Kyle to honestly get through his post-game, availability. But all in all, I think for tonight, like the learning lesson is two things. You got to get better starts. You have to get better starts, and you have to get off to a better start. Again, there's been too many times at the end of these, Jack, that I'm telling you, the Marlins fought late in this game. Yep. They can do it. They just have to put it together over 9 innings. They got to get off to a better start. There was good news tonight. Griffin Conine down in AAA. It's awesome to see him. He ripped a double. Ryan Weathers is coming back on Thursday. Connor Norby's going to start a rehab assignment. There's help on the way. I'm excited to, the finish, but this is a tough stretch right now for Miami, and it's been tough to see them just really be uncompetitive against this Nationals team. And the Nats are playing good baseball, but hopefully tomorrow we see Yuri Perez, take a step in the right direction. He has that extra day of rest. I'm excited to see what Yuri has to offer. And Jake Irvin struggled in his last start against Chicago. Yeah. But hey, you know what? Mitchell Parker came in here with a 6 ERA. So hopefully the Marlins can get back to basics and get off to a good start tomorrow.
I think Yuri is everything tomorrow, to be totally honest with you. Everything. He didn't get out of the first inning in New York. He struggled mightily in D.C. He sees the same exact team, and Yuri has the stuff to blow it by everybody in this lineup. And that's Abrams, that's Wood, that's Bell, Lyle, everybody that we've talked about. Yuri has stuff to beat all of them. So we'll see Yuri and Irvin tomorrow at 6:40. Steve hits the air with Marlins on deck at 6 o'clock. Huge thank you to Ahmed Jordan in studio tonight. For Steven, for Rod Allen, I'm Jack saying so long from Lone Depot Park. Marlins fall to the Washington Nationals 7-5. This has been a presentation of Miami Marlins baseball on the Marlins Radio Network.